Hello friends, welcome to Dezinlife. In this series of Indian pharma analysis, today we will be discussing about MAT December 2019 data and what are the two major key takeaways or two major analysis we can take away from this MAT data and what are the trends available. Before starting that, just brief about the month. The month of December 19, the growth has dropped down to 8.8%. As compared to last month, 14.5% growth, which was 32-month highest growth, and as compared to the last year, 9.8% growth in the same month. Second, if you look at say MAT basis, now IPM has grown to 1,40,223 crores with a growth of 9.8%. So overall you can see last couple of years the growth has been like this only. The 1 month ups and downs, I do not count it much because it can average out. Now we'll discuss about what are the two major key takeaways after this month analysis. The first key takeaway is the comparison in the what are the growth drivers 1 year back and now. When we look at say growth drivers in December 2018 and compare them with the growth drivers in December 2019. See, in the month of December 2018, IPM has grown by 9.8% and in December 2019, IPM has grown by 8.8%. So there is drop of 1% overall growth. Despite that, or what are the reason of this when you look at say growth drivers? Unit growth or volume growth 1 year back, it was 2.6%. And now drop down to 0.7%. That is one major difference and a reason of concern. Despite doing whatever all industry can do, our volume growth or the unit growth has gone down from 2.6% to 0.7% only. The second parameter was the price growth. Price growth last year was 4.7% and now this is 5.3%. Now you look at say the way government is increasing NLEM product and our where WPI is maybe around 4% or some years it come to maybe 3.4% also. Despite all that, our price growth driver is 5.3% increase over the last year. This means industry is increasing the price whatever best possible they can increase. And this also shows the kind of desperation to maintain or can say manage the number, whatever best possible we can take from the price we are taking, which is not so a good sign. A third component is new products contribution. New product contribution or new product as a growth driver, 1 year back it was 2.5% and this year it has increased to 2.7%. So overall, despite all the restrictions, the number of new products we are launching are increasing and industry is working very hard to take what they can take best from the new products. If you look at data of the last 24 months, industry has launched 5,723 new products. And when you break into monthly, it comes close to 240 brands or 240 products per month, which is, good number of products available. So when I look at say in totality, industry is trying best, whatever they can increase by price. That's why the price growth has increased. Industry trying best whatever they can increase in the case of new product. That's why new product contribution also increase. But almost 2% drop in the unit growth or volume growth is a matter of concern, and that resulting into 1% drop in the growth. So overall the matter of concern is that unit growth is dropping down. So there is one key takeaway is that industry or the different companies has to really focus on the volume growth, unit growth or more generation of the prescription, otherwise that is pulling down us badly. The second key takeaway of this month analysis, I look at when I compare the bigger companies or I'll say among the top 50 companies and the companies 51 onwards. I basically look at say data for last 6-7 years. Say MAT data of December 2013, that shows a growth of 6% in the industry. MAT data of December 2014 shows the growth of 10.2. MAT data of December 2017 shows growth of 5.5 and MAT data of December 18 9.4 and now showing the MAT data 9.8%. So if you look at say last 5-6 years, there is a not much change in the growth, rather the growth in the December 13 and more so December 17 was somewhere around 6% or 5.5%. But major change what is happening, the bigger companies or the top companies, those years or say 5-6 years back, some company used to show either degrowth or low growth. But nowadays, if you look at say bigger companies are showing the better growth, and the more and more markets share is shifting towards the bigger companies, and smaller companies are, you can say, marginalized, or you can say degrowing, some many of them, or overall their market share is being reduced. So there is a bigger message for the smaller companies or companies 51 onward. If you look at the data available here, this data compare with the MAT 18 with the MAT 19. The top 10 companies, 1 year back they were growing at 9.7%, now growing at 11%. The growth rate has further increased. If you look at companies from rank 11 to 25, 1 year back their growth was 8.3%, and this year 10.2, further growth has increased. Companies from 26 to 50 rank, 1 year back growth was 10.1% and now has increased to 11.2%. So there also growth has increased. And the 51 to 100 companies, 1 year back their growth rate was 10.3%. It has also started dropping down to 6.9%, which means this 51 to 100 companies are start showing the degrowth overall. Maybe some may be growing, but that's where my concern lies. And the companies where rank is 100 plus, 1 year back, that is December 18 data, they were showing growth was 6.1% and now showing growth only 1.9%. So if you look at say companies 51 rank onwards are either not growing or the growing very less, and many companies are degrowing. Another important I look at say when I see data of the top 50 companies, only 4 companies are showing the degrowth. While in the top 50s, there are 26 companies who are showing the double-digit growth. So broadly saying, bigger companies are consolidating or they are not losing much, and the smaller companies are the losing or the getting marginalized. It's a doctors are not easily changing the prescription. Whatever is there, they're running. It's not something the bigger companies has done some great strategy, but the smaller companies are not able to do what they are supposed to do. So from my point of view, there is a 5 key message for the smaller companies or companies basically 51 rank 51 onwards. The number 1 message for them is they have to be very aggressive or they will be out of game. Simply a mediocrity will not work. Message number 2, Me Too is not going to work for them, whether it's Me Too product, whether Me Too strategy, whether Me Too promotional mix. Whatever is the Me Too is not going to work for them. It may work for the bigger companies because they are sitting with that kind of market share, but smaller company, when they have to snatch from them, it will not work for them. Message number 3, smaller companies need to be smart enough. They can't follow the bigger companies anymore, because when you are small in the size, you can easily shift yourself and you can act more smartly, and better strategy you can deploy as compared to the bigger companies who has big thing to move around. So smaller companies, they should look at acting more smartly. Message number 4, the current situation, whether we see as a problem or see as an opportunity. One side, these companies are growing less or degrowing, that's a problem. Other side, these companies, because smaller in the size and that there's so much of regulatory change in the market, there's opportunity for them. With so many market dynamics changing, which is more market driven, there's so many regulatory changes which is government driven. Both within the change process, there is always opportunities, and the smaller companies, my suggestion, they should focus on these opportunities rather than thinking about the problems. And the 5th message for them is that every company has their own strengths and their own weaknesses also. These smaller companies, they must identify their own strength and build a customized strategy which suits them, rather than following the traditional model or rather than following the bigger companies or the copying them. So they can have much better or much smarter strategies for them. So friends, today we have discussed these 2 major key takeaways. One is regarding the growth driver and another is regarding the smaller companies. I hope this video is useful to you. Thank you very much for watching us today, friend. Thank you.